Are we seeing a rise in toxic gym culture? Well, if you spend any time on TikTok or even Instagram, you will see that there's a common theme run at the moment where females are calling out some males as perverts, paedophiles, and profiling them, and sometimes even by OnlyFans models. So what is really going on? This is why I wanted to this week delve into some of the viral TikTok videos that have been surfacing across TikTok, Instagram, wherever else you consume your content from, of men and women both calling each other out, and to see if there is a real underlying factor of gym toxicity there. So if you haven't seen any of this and you've been living under a rock, then what you can do is you can probably go to Joey Swoll's page, who's been one of the gym cult heroes in calling this kind of behaviour out. And the first one I've actually pulled up from there. A woman in the gym who's recording herself doing lunges. Can't make this up. Just looking around, doing lunges, feeling so uncomfortable. Yeah, didn't see what the big issue with that video was, to be honest. But pulling up another video, this was the one that peeved me off, and I did an Instagram video on this week.
Watch this guy try move to me at the gym.
Guy's just walking around.
Checks absolutely nothing on his
Got
phone
bed, looking
over
at his
at me
phone.
being busy sorting my wrist straps.
Glances over at you.
These fucking straps taking up too much time. Makes a swift return.
Asks if you're using a machine.
Bad lip.
And then you're just pretty rude to him. So the thing is, imagine someone glancing at you at the gym. This is not harassment. This is not undressing you with his eyes. I agree that there is definitely creeps in the gym, and if a guy stares at you in the gym, this is harassment, and you should probably report it or tell someone about it. And it's completely out of order. The other thing I want to touch on though is if you wear next to nothing in the gym, or if you choose to wear a certain type of clothing, whether that's in the gym or out the gym, I know from personal experience, if I wear a vest as opposed to a t-shirt, more people are probably going to look at me. The clothing that you choose to wear in different arenas or different environments is going to attract different volumes of attention. That's just the way life is. It doesn't matter if that's a hard truth and you don't want to hear it. That's just the way that society is. Imagine if I wore a fucking snowsuit to sunbathe. Gonna get some pretty strange looks. But the other thing is, imagine doing these kinds of things and filming yourself in gyms, posting it on social media, and then being pissed off because someone's glanced at you in the gym. I mean, half of your followers, if not more, are probably men anyway. This video that I'm about to put up now is probably the worst one.
Approach girls at the gym.
I hate this. I hate when there's weirdos.
Weirdos.
It's so uncomfortable.
Okay, we've got a stare counter in this one.
Feral.
I don't know what fucking feral means. Okay, guys, just doing a workout, minding his own shit.
5 ads. £5. And these other rates.
Guys walked over. Okay, the thing is, like, some people just don't appreciate you helping. Like, not everyone needs help, and you should probably ask before you just offer to do it. But this mess is completely out of order. What if I just ripped his PP out of the socket so we could never reproduce again? You want to rip the guy's dick off because he's offered to help you or glanced at you. The thing is, this is how you were probably born. Your mum and dad met. Your dad probably saw your mum, thought that she looked hot or fit or attractive, went over to her, asked her on a date, connected. You were born. This is how civilization has probably reproduced for the past how many thousand years.
Hi, I'm Paul, and you have beautiful eyes.
And now we're creating such a weird, fucked up space where people can't even talk to each other anymore. The other thing that's now starting to happen is that we're seeing this backlash from some guys who are creating videos off the back of these, like comedy skits, of where they're wearing blindfolds or where they're not wanting to look at women in the gym. And for me, these kind of videos, like, humor is a good way just to kind of knock a narrative on its head and something that's toxic, because you're not rising to the bait and you're also creating a bit of a laugh about it. But the one thing that it can do is it can create more friction between men and women, which just doesn't need to be there. At the end of the day, we need more unity between men and women in gyms and in other places to create a safer space. The other thing that I wanted to pull up, I'll just pull up my phone now, is there was 2 videos that I posted this week, and I put a screenshot of the comments of, this was on Instagram, an Instagram video that I posted, and I was defending a guy against some female who was recording him, and the message was, but you're missing the point. More women are in danger than men. Men don't need you to look out for their safety. Women do. The sort of behavior you're describing is minimal amount, whereas unwanted behavior from men towards women is much larger. I would firstly argue that men do still need support and backing. I mean, men are struggling now more than ever with their mental health, and suicide rates are higher than ever. One of the things that this does do is calling out men to be paedophiles or perverts. These guys have families, these guys have jobs, and one of the things that happens on a lot of people's resumes or when they're going for jobs or interviews is that they will be vetted by the business or company. And if they say they're being called out for a paedophile or pervert, it is going to affect their employment. The other thing to note is that I'm not pro men and then anti women. I'm not pro women, anti men. I am pro people being able to go to gyms in a safe space. The other thing that this does do, it plays into the fallacy that I was talking about last week, which is the fallacy of relative privation, which basically means that some people feel like they can't talk about certain things because their level of hard isn't as hard as someone else's. And this is something that massively, I think, affects men in this space. But on the flip side, this was the other video that I posted on TikTok. It was defending a woman in a gym who was called and given held at all kinds of abuse in the gym when she was trying to train by a guy who went over to take weights off a weight rack. And some of the comments that you'll probably see here are from men who, the only comments they have, really, the majority of the narrative is that she shouldn't be hogging the weight. It wasn't anything to do with the abuse. It wasn't anything to do with the fact that she was a victim of just being held abuse at. It was mainly to do with, well, she shouldn't have been hogging the weights on the tree. And this is something that you will notice, that there'll be a minority of people who will just back that gender because they are male. So males will support males and females support females, when the underlying issue that is trying to be addressed in the video then falls at waste. Now, my main issue with the gym toxicness is that only 15% of the UK population even go to the gym. The main two reasons why people don't go to the gym is because of time, and the second one being anxiety and fear around going to gyms. And this is one of the things that's going to play into those fears, is that other people are going to see these type of videos and then not want to go to the gym. Now, there's 112,564 influencers in the UK. That number's growing. There's going to be more of these people in the gyms. However, these type of incidents are a minority. But the thing that happens is it's leading into increasingly narrow ideological ranges of content in what we might call evidence in an echo chamber. So there's only a small amount of these incidents even happening, but because it gets blown up on social media, people think that they're going to go into gyms and see these kind of incidents happening all the time and fear being recorded. So it's important that we kind of know that these things aren't happening all the time and they are a minority of cases. So what is the solution? How can we make sure that gyms are better places for people to be able to go in, even when there are people recording in there? One of the first ones is just be mindful of getting people in the background of your videos, or if you find yourself being recorded on camera, just go and say something. The thing that we massively lack in gyms at the moment is just people having conversations. This is what happened a couple months ago when I shot a guy who was in the background of one of my videos. I went over to him, spoke to him, said hello, said, you know, you've been in the background of the video, do you mind? He was more than happy to just oblige and was happy to be in the back of the video. Long story short, he's now become one of my friends. I trained with him a couple of weeks ago, trained with him a couple of times. He's also became one of my clients on a 12-week coaching program, and I'm absolutely smashing it. This is what can happen when we have conversations in gyms. This is what can happen when we open dialogue. And the thing is, we forget to do is just fucking talk. We create such a strange place of tension and weirdness in gyms that as human beings, we just don't even talk to each other anymore. Second thing to do is just remember that it is not your gym. If you are a content creator, you don't own the space. Make sure that you are scoping the area, making sure that you're looking at there's anyone in the background, making sure that you're potentially using areas that aren't full of busy people because you don't own the fucking space. What we used to have to do in Pure Gym when me and Lucy first started recording there was we told Pure Gym we were going to be recording. They gave us a sign that said recording in progress, so people whoever came over knew that we're kind of in that area recording, and that they would potentially be in the background of videos. Lastly, if you're one of these people in the videos and you're really not happy about it and you're not confident to go and speak to that person, just tell the gym, because I'm sure they'll probably be happy to oblige, help, point in the right direction, chat to the girl who's recording, and just create some synergy between people. So with these videos being shared on social media and the rise of them and the popularity of them, hopefully we start to not forget about who the real victims are in this, which is some of the women who are actually suffering from harassment, and they don't get overshadowed by this massive popularization and viral trends that are popping off of girls who are just recording guys who aren't really doing anything. And most of all, let's try and keep the gym a safe space. Hope that you enjoyed this one. If you did, please, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe. I am going to be doing some more of these sat down videos because my nuts are still black and blue at the moment post surgery. So bear with me until I'm actually able to do some fitnessy stuff. But hope this was useful. Hope it was helpful. I'll catch you in the next one.
Gun finna jump for the shit. All tap when I speak, all cap with the speech till they cut up.